Right. What we have covered so far about business analysis, on that we discussed about a case study or a project that we have taken on telecom that was covered already. In today's session, I'm going to discuss about how different regular BA when we are comparing to the telecom business analyst and what are the requirements that are to be addressed here. Especially on the telecom domain point of view, if we are being a business analyst, the major understanding we must be having on few things. One is on the order management system that we must be aware of. I'm talking about the workflow. I'm talking about the flow process of order management system, how it functioning and all everything that we must be aware of, followed by provisioning, billing, right? So this knowledge is required. So that is point number one. At the same time, to have some knowledge over operation support systems like or else any business support systems we have, right? So that knowledge is even required. That is point number two. I'm not referring this from any particular application point of view because these applications were not any open source or something like. So end of the day, these are completely licensed applications so that business process systems are at the same time operational support systems are required. That is point number two. Point number three, understanding over the different network technologies that even we must be familiar with. This is also one of the key and important thing being a business analyst and telecom domain that we must be aware of. This is also one of the key things. And one of the important thing in telecom as a BA, we must be aware of about the standards and protocols. This is one important thing because depends on the solution to solution that we are providing. What are the telecom standards as well as protocols that we are using? We have the differences. So knowing about the telecom standards as well as protocols are also required for us as a BA. Next one about understanding about the regulatory compliances because these regulatory compliances from country to country, as in when we know, like from an India point of view, right? So we have trial regulations, right? So understanding about the regulatory compliances are needed because when we are providing any particular business solution, it's important for us to understand the regulatory standards as well. Couple of times, even last time we discussed, knowing about the standards, knowing about the procedures, everything are more important for any BA. It is nothing to do with any one business analyst. It can be for any business analyst that is required. But from telecom BA point of view, understanding over the regulatory compliances, etc. So this sort of understanding is always needed. So this is the main one. So these are the major understanding as a BA we need to do because when we are providing solution, either this is the same thing, either we are coming up with some new solution, or else when we are going to create any migration related projects and all. Understanding over different systems, how those are functioning and all. At the same time, knowing about different telecom processors or something are needed, right? So including this OSI networks, right? So this understanding is needed for us. Now, in this part of it, anyway, as and when we know, we must have an idea over the documentation that we create, what are the illustration that we perform, and what are the different documents we prepare. Either it can be business or functional requirements documents that we have prepared all this time. Next, analyzing the major process flows relating to as is and to be, either from order to cash and as well as trouble to resolve. So these processes I'll be discussing in coming days, right? So I'll try to analyze how this order to cash and the trouble to resolve processes that are being initiated and how this can be processed further, so that we will be knowing about that. Next, bridging the gap between stakeholders, right? So that is anyway that is known fact and all. Changing request. These are all the common responsibilities or the common activities as a BA one should be knowing with. Now there were some additional skill sets that are required for a BA that are to be addressed here. So please make a note. Please make it. Skill sets, skill sets are the responsibilities. More than skill sets, I can say responsibilities, right? So because skill sets anyway, this we will be aware of, right? So we must be having knowledge over OSI parts, right? So we must be knowing about the layers. What are the different layers do we have? The transmission system. These are the skill sets that are required anyway that I'll be discussing in coming time. But there are some major responsibilities apart from the regular BA related stuff were there. Please make a note of it. The major responsibilities of a BA apart from apart from the regular requirement activities focuses more on focuses more on understanding understanding end-to-end delivery of a product, understanding end-to-end delivery of a product, focusing on understanding end-to-end delivery of a product, followed by its features, followed by its features. Also includes understanding over also includes understanding over understanding over key process flows, understanding over key process flows, under key process flows, detailing of identifying the gaps, detailing of identifying the gaps, including the areas of improvement, including the areas of improvement, which must be result in optimizing operational efficiency and customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction. Next point. Should have knowledge over implementing
knowledge
over
okay.
Should have knowledge over implementing implementing uh, implementing different business plans, different business plans, different business plans, including BCP management, including
EC.
BCP, business continuity planning. Business continuity planning. Okay. Under business continuity planning, please write down. Under business continuity planning, uh, uh, continuity planning. The key components are as follows.
Under business continuity planning.
The key components are as follows. Means as far as implementation is concerned, we must be knowing about the components right there. So the key components as follows.
Okay.
The first one, threat and risk analysis. Threat and risk
Risk.
analysis.
Right.
Threat and risk analysis. Second, asset protection.
Asset.
Asset protection. Asset protection.
Mhm.
Next, contingency strategies. Contingency strategies. Operational recovery. Operational recovery. Followed by testing, etc.
Followed by.
Testing, etc.
Okay.
Understood. So when I detail about business continuity planning, this part I'll be explaining this to you. Okay, yeah, right. Next, uh, should be well versed with, should be well versed with OSI model as I'm showing you. Right? So should be well versed with OSI model,
Mhm.
including the layers, including the layers which are functioned, which are functioned under the telecom system, under the telecom system. Right. So these are the layers. Like these are the different layers one must be having. The first one about the physical layer. The first one about the physical layer. Next, data link layer. Physical layer. Next one about data link layer. Next, network layer. Transport layer. Transport layer. Session layer. Presentation and application layer. Presentation and application layer. Done writing, clear. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So these are the different layers we must be knowing, including this business continuity planning, because whatever are we going to learn from now onwards, we must be knowing about this end-to-end delivery of a telecom product implementation, application implementation, product of anything. So which concept, which including this BCP, business continuity planning, followed by what are the different layers we have, right? So what are the different layers, like physical layer, or it can be data link layer, right? So transport layer, network layer. So this knowledge even we must be good with. This is what something that we will be focusing in coming days. This is also one of the key and important thing that we will be learning as part of our telecom domain training is concerned, because regular BA part anyway that is covered already. So that I'm not going in, I am not getting into again that, right? So that is anyway that will be there. Apart from that, these are the major areas where we have to be focused. In addition to this, please make it. In addition to that, sometimes if we are into project management, because the sometimes as a BA turned product owner or DA turned product manager, right? So project manager, right? So you are turned into a project manager, understanding over the SOWs, SOWs.
Yeah.
Also knowing about the SOPs, knowing about SOPs.
Statement of
SOPs. SOW means scope of work. SOP means standard operating procedures. Knowing about standard operating procedures when we are working on the application. When we are working on the application. Done writing, clear?
Yeah.
Is it done? Right. So these are the major things from a telecom domain point of view that we must be having an idea. In addition to this, in addition to this, we must have an idea over, we must have an idea over, uh, we must have an idea over network engineering, network engineering, network engineering, uh, including, including understanding over the, including understanding over the product vision, over the product vision, strategy, features and prioritizations. Product vision, strategy, features and prioritizations. In bracket right now, if we are a product owner, because now and then, as a BA, we are working as a even product owners also, right? So product owner role will also be played by us. So in context to the understanding over the product owner as well as the kind of product owner role and all. So even knowing about the product vision strategies, like what are the features, what are the prioritizations, this knowledge is required. So these are major things that we are about to learn, right? One is about BCPs, anyway, as I told you, at the same time, whatever the end-to-end delivery process and all. We will be learning about what could be the standard operating procedures, etc., including network engineering, followed by these OSI models, etc. So, what are the different layers we have, like physical layer or something that we must be knowing, including these transmission systems. So, what are the different transmission systems we have in telecom? In connect to that, what are the different networks that we use here? Well, that's part of networking layer. We can detail in further. So, this understanding we will be learning over a period of time as part of our telecom domain learning is concerned. Understood? You're clear now?
Yeah.
Right. So